Good morning. We're on our way to Bangkok Hospital now to go and get my test done, and the maps keep turning off. My goodness, the maps keep turning off in the middle of Bangkok. It's not the best time for the maps to stop working, but let's see how we go. So we're in Bangkok Hospital car park now, and it's very, very full. So now we're just walking into reception and go and check in, see where we go from there. We're in the cardiac section now of Bangkok Hospital. On the instructions that I was given before I came to the hospital, I was told to avoid coffee to make your heart so it doesn't beat faster. Driving through Bangkok, a 30-minute journey according to the GPS, took nearly an hour, and when the maps went off in the car, my heartbeat was going through the roof, I'm sure it was. So now I can actually feel it is actually slowing down a bit. So that was a fraughtful journey, as you can see by some of the videos with the cars and the motorbikes going by. Yeah, am I all ready for me test now? I think so. We've checked in at the hospital. We're over the cardiac section now, and we're just waiting. 9:30 appointment. I thought we'd be here 3/4 of an hour before the appointment, and now it's 20 minutes. So straight from the reception of the Bangkok Hospital in Bangkok, you come up to sort of like it's the food court. There's various bits and pieces here, Dunkin' Donuts, coffee and croissants and cakes, and health choices, yogurts. So I've had the CT scan done now, in and out in like 15 or 20 minutes, and now they said wait about an hour and a half, and then I can get the results. But attached to the hospital there is a little food court, and it's got many things, coffee shops, Dunkin' Donuts, Burger King, and the employees had a little bit of a meal, and I've just got a coffee, my first coffee of today. They told me not to drink coffee on the way here, before I came from a CT scan, to keep my heart beat down. And like I said, driving through the traffic of Bangkok, that certainly put my heart rate up, and they were shocked and I was shocked when they did the readings. The readings were 172, which is very high, over 87, which is very high. And even when they put me on the CT scanner, they said my blood pressure was quite high. So normally it's 130, because I've lost 16 kilos, which brought it down from 145 down to 130. It might be white coat syndrome because we're in the hospital, because it's not normally that high. But anyway, this is my first coffee. I'll come back to you with the results of what it was, and let you know what the doctor said. So we're surrounded by everything to do with Bangkok Hospital. Rehabilitation centre, there's a cancer centre, heart hospital, and there's like a link from the Bangkok Hospital into the Bangkok Plaza where you can get food. So employees in the queue now waiting to pay for my medication, which is some puffers for my emphysema, and we've been entertained by, this is the Bangkok Hospital, and we're waiting to finalise our bill, and everybody who was sat in the payment. waiting to pay their bills are listening to the lovely music. Would you get this in a hospital in the UK or even America? Hi, so I've got the results of my CT scan, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to put it up on the screen here, so if you want to freeze the screen and read the results, you're more than welcome to do so, but we're going to go through the results anyway. I'd like to just explain was one of the reasons why I went for the CT scan in the first place is that my father died at the age of 59 and he'd had 7 heart attacks before the last one killed him. And my mother had a faulty heart valve, so heart conditions run in my family, if you like. So that was a bit of a warning sign in the first place. And for many years I've been overweight, and for many years I had sort of on the high side of blood pressure, hypertension. So it had all the risk warnings. And the fact that I'm a 65-year-old as well, and the older you get, the more chance you're going to have a heart attack or a stroke. So I actually was reactive and I did something about it. I realised that at 118 kilos I was far too heavy, so now I've reduced my weight. I'm now 92 kilos and I've never been this light for at least 25 years, and with the intentions of going down to 85 kilos, which gets rid of a lot of body fat. Body mass index is much better, and it's also brought my blood pressure down. It was hanging around at about 145 and now it's down to 130. Although when I was at the hospital, it did shoot up to 179. White coat syndrome, driving around Bangkok rush hour on the morning, it wasn't a good combination. So I've checked my blood pressure now. I'm back at home and it's back down to normal, 130, 135. So anyway, let's go through these results. And the nitty-gritty of it all, and the long and the short of it, is that I'm happy with the results, and I'm going to go explain. Now, because I've been fat, overweight and obese, because I was 118 kilos, slightly high blood pressure, I knew I was going to have a calcium score. So what I was thinking on, because I've been overweight for many years, perhaps in the 200s, but when it came out that it was 67.3, I was sort of happy with that result. 0 is preferred, obviously, but we're all going to get calcium deposits in our arteries as we get older and our lifestyles. So at 67.3, it puts me in the mild region, which is okay, which can be controlled by reducing your blood pressure and reducing your cholesterol and living a healthier lifestyle. So these are the preventative measures that was explained to me by the doctor. So therefore, I'm happy with that. Have a look at the score, and from 0 to 100, it's pretty low to mild. From 100 to 300, it's a little bit more, and from 400 upwards, that's when you started, in the dangerous territories for stroke and heart attacks. So I was happy with that. And the other part of my tests were for the lung tests. Because I was diagnosed with emphysema 3 years ago, I just wanted for them to have a look at my lungs as well. And as it was a package lung and heart CT scan, it made sense to get them both done at 9,900 baht. And I was very happy with the results. Now, when he did the test on the lungs, they found 2 nodules, 0.2 centimeters, and he showed me the pictures of it, and he said I wouldn't worry about them whatsoever. He said they look like little nodes or nodules, and he said suggested come back in a year or 2 years' time to see if they've grown any. But he said I think they are benign, but he said for the check of having another CT scan, he said then you know whether they're growing or not. And that's an early form or early diagnosis of any lung cancer that you're going to get. But apart from that, my lungs were okay. He's happy with the results from that. I was happy with the explanation that he gave me, and I'll certainly go back in a year or so's time for another CT scan, and that sort of assures that I haven't got lung cancer or anything else like that. Emphysema I can live with, no problems. One of the other things that they found out, they had a slightly raised aorta at 4.3 centimeters. He said now normal it should be less than 4, but because I've had high blood pressure for a number of years, he said that will have increased the size of it. And he said by lifestyle diet, losing your weight and losing the hypertension, he said that should come back down to normal. So again, when I go for my test, if I wanted to go back for a test in a year's time, so then he's going to do a re-measurement of the aorta and also the calcium score. It won't go down, that's for sure, but as long as it's, for me, if it's long as it stays under 100, I'm happy at that. My lifestyle has changed anyway. I don't smoke, I don't eat too much fatty food and stuff like that, so fingers crossed longevity should be on my side now. So having these results, it makes me feel much happier. Also, what it found out as well when it did the tests, that I've got a couple of lesions of 3.4 centimeters, more than likely probable cysts on my liver. Now this is what the hospital says in the UK when I went for a test 3 years or so ago. It found the same thing, that I'd had a couple of more than likely cysts. So again, it found out that, and it also found out like several gallstones, 1.5 centimeters. Now 1.5 centimeters isn't too large. It's only when it gets to 2 centimeters that then it can start causing problems. It also picked up that the gallbladder wall thickening, so therefore it's picking up other things. So by having the CT scan, it makes you aware of these other things. And again, lifestyle change can affect the gallbladder and also the kidney stones, gallbladder stones and things like that. So the CT scan for me was worth it. It's given me peace of mind that my lungs aren't getting any worse. They're about the same, that I haven't got early stages of cancer. So for me, it just helps, and the peace of mind, the fact that, oh, I'm okay, I'm not too bad. So I would suggest for those people who can't afford insurance, be proactive as opposed to reactive. Go for these various tests at the Bangkok hospital or any hospital and get the diagnosis, get your bloods checked, get your heart checked, your lungs checked, and if there's anything going wrong with you, you find it at an early stage rather than reacting to it if something else goes wrong. So my experience for the Bangkok hospital with the CT scan is a positive experience, and I would recommend it to anybody. Be proactive as opposed to reactive. Hope you live a long and happy lifestyle. So from Les, retired and living the dream, bye for now.